right, here we go, everybody. Marriage Bites, dig it in. This is Taco Bell. This is on video now. Oh my, it's hot. I guess I'm eating this first. There's the Taco Bell bag.
You just heated it up. Why are you so surprised it's hot?
I should say what we're eating. This is the, what is this? This is the
Cheesy Burrito Dipper.
Cheesy Burrito Dipper, and it is cheesy. It is hot. This is the sauces.
Oh, and it's this marinated steak.
Marinade, yeah, important to note.
Good? Bad? You didn't dip.
I forgot to dip. It's kind of not terrible.
Okay. Napkin?
You're up next.
Okay.
First ever Marriage Bites on video.
Okay.
You have to give them the smell test.
Yeah, that's a you thing. The sauce looks good. Okay.
I'm really getting you digging in.
It's a little chewy.
All right, podcast now. That's right, this is Marriage Bites, episode number 266. And I'm your host, Mike Biseglia. And I'm coming to you, as you can see now on video, from my wife's living room area in Belford, New Jersey. If you're new to Marriage Bites, if you're old to Marriage Bites, if you were listening to the Mike Delivers podcast, Basketball Drives, whatever it might be, we are officially on video. So if you're listening to this podcast on Apple and Spotify, go ahead, find us now on YouTube, Marriage Bites with Mike and Jess. And that is officially on YouTube. And this video structure, a little bit different now. You can actually see us live eating the foods that we talk about. Jess, good to see you on camera. Tell everybody what we tried tonight if you couldn't understand it from our little open that we had to start.
The marinated steak cheesy burrito dipper from Taco Bell.
And they were...
I have questions.
Yeah, again, please check this out on YouTube. Jess right now is holding the marinated steak, and she has grease now on her hands. This I would not quantify as a burrito.
First point, yes.
I would quantify this as steak with their tortilla wrap glued together with cheese. But I don't think there was really much else going on inside of this. By the way, we'll still get this video stuff figured out, right? Because if I lean up, I look like I could be the Jolly Green Giant who could eat you. And you are tiny to begin with. So I'm trying to figure out my whole little rhythm here. If I'm staying back, if I'm staying forward. But I gotta just go with it. I gotta just roll with it. Anyway, side note there. But anyway.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a cheesy roll-up with steak. But then they probably couldn't charge as much for it.
Yeah. How much was this?
I don't know.
I should have...
Because we got 2 cheesy roll-ups in this, and it was $10.
Okay.
So it's probably about $6.
Yeah.
But if you were like, cheesy roll-up, add steak, could you go to $6? Maybe not.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was not what I was expecting. I was expecting a lot more things inside it.
I thought you'd have, for a burrito, you'd bite into it and you would have beans, rice, sour cream. I mean, it is really... Now, for me, if anybody knows listening to this podcast and how I've been over the years, the less is more for me, especially when there's items that might scare me.
The less scary things, the better.
They might intimidate me or scare me a little bit. So less is more for me, which I liked. But I definitely was expecting there to
at least rice, right? Is that part of it?
So backtrack a little bit. Yeah, at least rice.
Doesn't that make a burrito?
I don't know the rules.
You know what a San Francisco burrito is? I think it's San Francisco.
When you said San Francisco burrito, that to me is just...
It sounds like a Cleveland steamer.
Yeah. It sounded like, oh, you know what a San Francisco burrito is? It's where you eat... it's where you 69 while you eat the burrito. To me...
Anyway.
Usually when anybody starts with, do you know, it's something like urban legend sexual. It's where you take the cheesy burrito and shove it up your partner's ass, but only a quarter inch.
No, it's rice and French fries in there. It sounds like a real carb bomb.
Well, the Mexican restaurant down the street from us, Pueblo Magico, does French fries in their burritos. I don't know if there's rice in there too.
The little kids, they even do it, right?
And for the little kids, yeah, too. And they make delicious homemade
they make the
fries.
tiniest little burrito.
They are cute.
It's like the size of a potato.
And they have just really fantastic French fries too. Homemade French fries.
Oh, now Ryan, not a fan. He lives for a crinkle cut fry.
Yeah, and
which
he likes
is
chips.
so funny.
He likes chips.
Because an Instagram that I follow about basically being in your 30s and 40s was like, why is this the worst fry? Go. And that was like the post for today. And it was the crinkle cut fry.
And he loves it.
He loves it.
That's
I gotta
all that
say,
matters, man.
Doesn't do it for me. I need more texture. I like the ones with like the skin
I think
on
the
it.
crinkle cut fries are for children. I think they were made for them. I think that is official.
But then what about Shake Shack?
They are, I guess, bucking the trend.
Yeah. And they're like kind of sophisticated restaurant, right?
I wouldn't call Shake
Shack even like the
sophisticated.
the fast food world.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of the snobby fast food places.
True. Not the Taco Bell.
Not Taco Bell. But I mean, Taco Bell's your favorite. So I imagine you love this thing.
Well, steak's not my favorite.
I thought the steak in there wasn't bad.
I wish we would try it with chicken.
What was the other options?
There's two options. It was steak, marinated steak, and Cantina chicken.
And this was your idea. Well, we originally were going to try a steak sandwich from Panera Bread, but I said if we're going to take this to video, you really need something that can stand
go with the
out.
best.
Yeah, like I don't know, Panera steak sandwich sounded kind of boring, so I wanted to figure something out. And to your credit, you came up with this. You texted me, and I said, "This is it. This is perfect." I was so glad that we did this, and just to try this. And I'm thinking back, like, we've done so many episodes. This is our 266th episode. I don't know how many exactly you and I did together. Whatever it is, it's probably over 100 items. Just think about like how many of those food videos if we just had here on there.
And help us remember too. Now, let me tell you how this was supposed to be.
What do you mean?
So I read like 3 review articles on this.
Oh, okay.
It was, and ours looks very different than the ones in the articles. So in the articles, it looked like 2 skinny burritos, like a giant taquito, let's say, glued together by cheese, and you were supposed to be able to peel them apart. Almost like a Kit Kat kind of a thing.
Well,
like glued together, but you can break them apart.
I don't know what so as everybody knows, I'm a big Rehesian guy.
Yeah.
And when we originally got this, I mean, we got this at 5:00 or something, 5:30.
6:06.
But I really wanted to make a point that we try it on the podcast itself, and it's a video element. I thought would be a nice touch for people to see it. In the past, when we were eating this hours before, then recording I'm kind of all over the place, but I have a lot to say. I'm really excited. When we originally started doing this podcast, we would eat it and then just do it. Then we had kids, and that doesn't happen anymore. We had
1, and it was harder, and then we had 2, and it was like impossible.
We eat it, and then 3 hours later or whatever, we record and talk about it. But I was like, I want to bring back that element of eating it and then talking about it right away. And then also for people who enjoy the show, they can watch the video. So I say all that to get to the point I was trying to make of, I put it in the microwave. They could have moved and slid and congealed.
Yeah, because
I think that it became one big chody burrito.
They're also not dissimilar to the cheesy roll-ups the kids got. Like, kind of like flat and tubular, but they don't even seem attached to each other.
It's like the adult version of that, and it's just added steak inside.
I mean, I think the whole like cheesy element was to make that Instagram where you like pull it apart and you see like the cheese.
We should have done that when we opened it. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea.
Well, I didn't tell you till like right now, so
yeah, that's true too. But I think we're learning on how the whole video element works. But you're right. That is a adult cheesy roll up. Ryan loves the cheesy roll-up.
Yes, he did. He even made
such a good gimmick for kids.
Oh yeah, for $2.99, you could make that thing.
Yeah.
For 12 cents.
I know, but he loves it, and it does still feel cheap, even though you're right, it could be less.
But it honestly, it's the cake popification, where you can basically get a kid to do anything if a cake pop is involved. It is our daughter. I was like, we gotta go to the doctor. She goes, okay, cake pop. Like she knew she was
trained him.
Yeah. I think we've only done it like twice.
I know.
But we're going to Target. Cake Pop? It's like, okay, it
I
gets
know.
them out the door,
I know.
especially when it's, I mean, in all honesty, it's 11 degrees. That's what it was when we got back.
It's been tough.
I
It's
don't
been
want to go
cold.
outside.
It's been cold.
But we all need to get out of the house.
It has been relentless winter.
It has been brutal. And last night, there were like 60-mile-an-hour winds.
It was so. We thought. I mean, there was
Part
so
of our
much.
house did break. I mean, our grill flipped over. Our neighbor's shed broke.
Oh yeah,
We had power. I think we were the only people who had power. I
it
wasn't
was a
telling anybody.
miracle.
We were owed that after Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah,
it was
sure.
karma. It was wild last night. It has
Yeah.
been the weirdest. It has been so
What was the
cold.
last warm day? Now you were in San Diego, so it was hot there, so that doesn't count. What was the last warm day you've been here?
I think the day that we got back from Pittsburgh from Christmas and Lucy barfed in her car seat.
Was it warm that day?
We took them to the park. No. Sorry, wrong barf. It was Ryan barfed in his bedroom.
Okay.
We went to the park the next day. And remember he said, my stomach hurts, just kidding. And we both were like, ah! And then, do you remember that?
I don't.
We went for like 30 minutes to the park down the street.
Okay. Yes, I do remember that.
So that is one time in 2025. And we are...
You know what's? I do remember that because the Knicks were playing the Bucks. and
Yeah,
the Knicks
there
blew
we
out the
go.
Bucks.
There
it
we
is.
go. Oh,
Okay. There, hey, I'm just saying. I remember things based on sports.
But you
I
can't,
do.
you can't remember to do... Like, I have to remind you 45 times to do a task.
I'm true. I
Yep.
just seem to remember that stuff.
You sure do,
just
because
seems to
that is
register.
important to you.
That's right. Them losing is very important to me.
Keep it together.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is on video now, so you can't, do the normal things you would do to me right now. It's gonna be captured, so you got to be careful. You like burritos as a kid,
I don't know if I've ever ordered a burrito.
and you're like as
Truly.
an adult,
Yeah.
you've had a burrito bowl,
I've definitely had a burrito bowl.
but you've never had the bowl turn into a burrito.
No, because I like the insides the best. You know I'm not a huge flour tortilla person.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like this. There's a smell to them for sure. There is a smell.
There was
Everybody,
a smell to the soup I made tonight.
Oh,
Did not smell
Trader
right.
Joe's. You did them wrong on this one.
No, I got a mushroom soup, and
Nope.
it was horrible.
I mean,
I like stuff from Trader Joe's. I don't want to,
speaking
shit
of
talk.
vomiting, it literally smelled like he heated up vomit. I think I think it turned. It was not.
Something
That
was
can't
wrong.
be the original plan for that soup.
I put that in my mouth and said, I'm not going to eat this.
I've never seen you react like that. I just
I'm not
smelled
pick.
it.
If it's
A
something
little
I
soup picky,
yeah, but not like
but like nuanced soup. You'll be like, it could have a little more X, Y, or Z, but you'll still.
I'm like, oh, I don't like these carrots in there. Not like this is a bowl of vomit. I'm not going to eat it.
Oh God, that was terrible.
Like, oh, what's your soup of the day? It's the vomit. The
It's
vomit.
vegan and gluten free. I think.
Well, it said that, yeah, but it like I saw that when I originally purchased it, but my mindset was, it's a mushroom soup, so
And you
it's
like
vegan.
You like
but
creamy
it's vegetables.
You like creamy vegan stuff.
I do.
Too. Like you like
I do.
like a vegan aioli. You like a vegan pesto because it takes away the scariness.
Have you ever had a Cleveland vegan steamer?
What's one is just a vegan person?
What is a Stanley steamer?
It's a Cleveland steamer. Stanley steamers think people clean your carpet.
Sorry, I don't want to badmouth them. Yeah,
People clean your carpet. I think it's when somebody poops on your chest.
it's like, who's into that?
If it's a vegan, it's a lot of fiber.
Oh, that's just a weird thing to be into, man. Like, I get there's some stuff.
I'm
That's
with
one that
you
I
on that.
just can't get into.
That and the blood play.
What's blood play?
It's like blood stuff. I don't know.
Like, do you
Like taking their blood and like
it helps people sexually?
yeah. Those are two.
I've never. How do you know this stuff?
I listen to a
What are
lot
you
of
watching
podcasts.
when everybody goes to bed?
I
at
listen
night?
to a lot of podcasts.
There are people that are like get turned on by blood.
Yeah, like vampire-y people.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're called vampires.
No, like that's like their thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I just as a 41, soon to be 42-year-old male adult, I know most things that I've heard, but I've never heard like, oh, what's your kink? A positive blood, like
No, like that could be it. I don't know. I don't think I know any stuff there. We had that whole discussion about a girl stuck in the dryer. I was like, why does this keep coming up on podcasts I listen to? And you're like, how do you not know this?
I will explain that to the audience then.
This literally, I have this thing where like sometimes something will come up numerous times. Like for me, I'm always listening to a podcast, basically all of the time I'm working. Like today, Led Zeppelin came up like 5 times.
Okay.
Not having to do with anything.
Right.
Independent. And then, that word.
Right. Just checking your audio
What was
levels.
that word that anhedonic, which it means not to enjoy, like not to have pleasure. This word came up for me twice in 1 hour. Like I never heard that word before.
Okay.
And this porn trope of a girl being stuck in a dryer kept coming up on various different podcasts that did not have to do with anything related to that.
It's funny how what's it called when you hear something you've never heard before, but then you hear it like over and over again?
I don't know.
Is there a term for it?
No, there is a term for it. It's like
Stanley coconut Cleveland
Stanley
steamer. We call it the Stanley steamer.
It's something like the red car thing, where when you buy a red car, then all of a sudden you see red cars everywhere.
Yeah.
There's some theory behind it.
Yeah.
Yes. But I was like, is this a thing? It sounds so stupid and not sexy. And then it was basically like men are so stupid that they find that the psychology behind it was like, I can help her without really doing anything and I don't have to see her face. Okay. Like that was literally
Men are so stupid. You never know where the things are going to go on this podcast. Cleveland steamers, women stuck in the dryer having sex, and cheesy roll-ups.
Yeah.
There you have it. Should we rate this thing, or do you have any more porn tropes you want to
No,
dive
I'm good
into?
on that. So people in these reviews really liked this. And I will dare say, somebody said it is better than this Crunchwrap Supreme.
You like Taco Bell. I mean, it's been a long time, but there was a
Well,
there was a
lot
point where we
of
did Taco Bell month.
Yeah, I was super pregnant. I just wanted to eat Taco Bell.
I never quite understood the fascination from the American people.
Can we do one thing? We've done this podcast. This was from before before Ryan existed. I was pregnant with him. So we did, I want to say it was July. It was July 2020. We did Taco Bell month. And we were doing Patreon then, so we were doing like twice a week. We had a lot of stuff from Taco Bell. Mm-hmm. I would be honored if you revisited a Crunchwrap Supreme with me on this podcast.
Okay, I'll do it.
Like with all the crap we've tried since then.
I'll do it.
Like think about like Pizza Hut every time. And how horrible it is. Chick-fil-A, always disappointing. Like,
yeah,
we've seen a lot of life since then.
I'll do it.
Okay, you can even pick the kind. I'm always gonna go black
There's
bean.
different kinds.
You choose the protein.
Black bean.
I don't know, like chicken. I don't know if there's ground beef.
Steak.
Probably steak.
I just want you to eat steak every episode from Taco Bell. If I'm gonna have to eat Taco Bell, you gotta eat their steak.
I had a piece of the steak that I made you, which was amazing.
You did make a really good steak.
The guy nailed that steak.
You did.
Like, if you got that at a restaurant, you would be thrilled.
I would be thrilled. I'm
a good steak cooker.
You're a great steak cooker. You make a great steak. You have a nice crust on the outside,
which is
a nice medium rare sear on the inside. You make
saying
a great
lot
steak.
for someone who doesn't like steak.
No, you don't like steak, but you know how to make it.
Yeah, but
it's like me. I don't like eggs, but I know how to make eggs.
That is true. Although you do make them like a psychopath.
Yeah, I was hoping you would jump in being like, no, you don't.
No, I mean, the kids eat them.
The kids eat them, and they have
but
good
like,
taste.
I just don't understand. Like, you just like fold them over. You take like a rubber spatula and you like stamp them. You're just like, they're so finely cut up by the time they get out of that pan. It's wild.
Yeah, it's just trendy. I've just been reading and watching videos.
Yeah. No, would you like the soft scrambled? No, I'd like the hard stabbed ones.
Hey, they're delicious. So I hear.
Well, though
so
I've kind of cut you off on
more,
making them.
More.
She did that to me in the bathtub tonight. She was like, more bubbles. I was like, okay, that's really cute. Yeah, you gotta have more bubbles.
I can do something with more and make you really upset.
Oh no.
No, I won't do it on this video.
Okay. I don't even want to know what that is.
All right, let's talk about this thing. Pick up tonight. We went as a family. Taco Bell drive-through. I'm going to attempt to put up the video short. of my Q&A with you after you ordered. Of course, I didn't get the video of you ordering.
She did rapid fire. We literally
That
put
would
up.
be too
She's like, take your
convenient.
order. And that was too fast.
Yeah, I should have been ready though with the camera. That's a not a veteran move by me. It's something I'll learn and we'll get better. You learn from your mistakes.
Well, and yeah, and we have one kid that is great in the car, and the other that just I want to go home now. Go home now.
That's Lucy.
Yeah,
She just
that's
turned
Lucy.
2.
Yes.
By the way, shout out to Lucy for her birthday party.
Yeah, this weekend, yes.
So we went to the drive-through. I would say pretty boring order.
Fast. They were really
Fast,
efficient. Like,
efficient. Nothing really of note. Just did it, got it, left.
was that our first time
Pretty dull.
at the new Taco Bell?
No.
Okay.
Well, Ryan and I have had lunch there.
I don't know if I've done drive-thru there, but it looks really nice.
Didn't we do Taco Bell recently?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They might be the number one thing we've done on this podcast at this point. That's a possibility.
Ryan and I did we talk about this? I don't think we did. We broke the seal at the new McDonald's. So they literally flattened the McDonald's by our house, like gone. Built it from scratch. It is next door to his pediatrician. He had strep throat. We had to go for the whole swab thing. He then wanted McDonald's breakfast, which I was surprised by because I was like, it's like 9:15. Like they're not gonna have chicken nuggets, even though that's what you want. He got the hot cakes and bacon. The problem is living in New Jersey with these fucking roundabouts is it is actually next door, literally next door, but we probably drove 8 minutes to get there.
I know, depending on what side of the street
Because
you're
it was on
then
the-
you get home
yeah.
in 2 seconds.
It was insane. But they had a 3-door. That's why he was so intrigued tonight by the fact that there was only one window. There's only one window for Taco Bell where we paid and she handed us the food. So we paid. We get to the second one. The food was not ready. We went to the third one. There was a third window.
He was probably enamored by
Which
that.
I'm thinking is probably for maybe Uber Eats or something like that. Like it's a different, it looked really nice. We didn't go in obviously because
I mean, that's interesting though, as Uber Eats and DoorDash and all these third-party things have taken over. If the restaurants evolve in a way that can accommodate for that so they don't get in the way of like the everyday people.
Well, here's why I say it. Not only did it have a window, it had a door and it had shelves. So it had kind of that look of like, and the woman actually ran it out to our car, even though I was sitting next to the window. Also, it was their first day, and I think they were working out the kinks.
Yeah, first day of
She handed it through the passenger side when I was right next to the window.
Hey, you know what? Maybe she wanted to get a couple extra steps.
She was getting her steps, but she also ran out like a DoorDash order because then that was the other thing is in the parking lot, they put DoorDash and Uber Eats specific parking spaces.
I can just tell you from being Uber Eats driver, I've seen a lot of people doing this on social media where they make fun of the delivery drivers when they run into the store and they just like push everybody to the side.
Yeah.
People aren't going to like having to sit in the car waiting for it.
No.
I mean, I remember when I was doing a lot of Uber Eats, like you go in there and you do feel like it's true. I wasn't
a little bit of a superstar.
No, not that at all.
Really?
That you can bypass lines.
Okay.
That lines don't matter to you because it's not like it's for me; it's for somebody else. I'm like,
kind of like you're like
Jeff
a
T.
doctor.
Yeah, like you can just cut the line.
Like, is there a doctor in here? And you're like, oh, that's me.
Yeah, you can cut the line because you're delivering for somebody else. Like what? I don't know. I think the rules go away because I've been seeing this in my feed. Where like it's at a pizza joint and an Uber Eats delivery driver comes in and he's like, get out of the way. And he's like shoving little kids.
Oh, that's funny.
Like moving out of the way. So just again.
There is a different demeanor though, I will say. Even when like you're waiting, like I was waiting to get sushi or no, I was waiting to get like something at the Japanese restaurant and this guy just came in and there's such a different demeanor to like me with my kids being like, hi, is my order ready?
Well, I will say I was really kind and courteous. There are drivers but I think in the long game there were times I didn't want to be, but I think in the long game it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, especially if you run up to them again.
Yeah, there were people that would just come up and go like shove the phone in their face too. And I'm like, what are you expecting? Like you have to know how this works.
Yeah.
You have to have some hospitality on your side. I understand you want to manipulate the game and do well, but you want to try especially if it's a place where you want to establish a relationship, you want to have it in.
It's almost like you need DoorDash to rate, for like all accountability, to rate the Dasher as well.
They do that.
They do?
Well, people can rate them.
The restaurant can?
Yeah, the restaurant can. I believe so.
Okay.
It's been a long time, but I remember
Okay.
the restaurant can leave a review. Now, the problem is most of the time restaurants aren't doing that.
Yeah, because how would you? You'd be like,
You have a million other things going. You would
Rapid
have to
fire.
be like the manager or the owner. But if it's just somebody, it's
it'd have to
they
be
have other
like
things
really
going
bad
on.
or really good, I think,
Right.
to do it. So,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. All right. So you want to rate this first? You want me to go first? I feel like I always go first.
Well, it's because you just copy what I say. Remember we established
Yeah, but
that?
I'm not going to copy what you say anymore. I'm over that.
Okay.
Those days are over.
I just was expecting something a little more special. I definitely thought there was going to be rice and beans. At least one of them.
It was weird biting into something and being like, I don't know what I'm about to eat.
Yeah.
Usually I have an idea of what's about to come.
It was heavy, but it was also small. Like, it was
What's so funny?
nothing. Yeah.
You
It was
mean
heavy,
like a penis.
but small. It was very cheesy. I don't know if beans are heavy. Not really.
I guess that's true. You're like, oh, that's an 8-pound cock in my hand. Sorry.
Yeah, and I don't think they don't get heavier and lighter, do they?
Well, I guess the bigger the penis, the heavier it would be.
No, I just meant like the same penis doesn't really get heavier and lighter. Anyway,
Well, as it gets,
but I don't think the weight changes.
you know what? I'll weigh it for you next time.
Yeah, I have the little I have that tiny little baking.
So you need a tiny.
No,
bacon.
no. That tiny baking scale that you can just you just put it on the counter.
The visual of just dropping your dick on there, and then it says like 0.06 ounces.
Yeah, do it before and after. Anyway,
And then you're like, oh, you have to like get the scale to be even when you put something on.
Yeah. As a scientist, I've heard of it. Yeah,
you just use your floppy dick.
Oh my god. Anyway, I just thought that it did seem like a meal. Does that make sense? I thought
That was filling.
But there's just not much to it. It's just cheese and beef. You know what it is? It's just like a rolled up quesadilla. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. I wanted to get another view of it.
It's just a rolled up quesadilla.
It's a rolled up quesadilla. It's just cheese.
And the sauce was fine. It was good. It wasn't like spectacular.
And is there a sauce in there? Or is that just the cheese and the steak
That might be
fat?
the cheese just coming and steak doing making its own sauce. The sauce was good. Like I like that kind of a sauce, but it wasn't great. Like it was okay. It was fine. Like we had a better sauce at dinner that was kind of a similar vibe.
Yeah, this is a little more saucy.
Yeah, like mayo-y. So, but it's precisely what Taco Bell does, which is take the same like 5 ingredients and make something new out of it. I mean, it's literally what they do.
Stupid.
That's why the Crunchwrap Supreme rules, because it has a lot of ingredients. I'm sorry, it needs to have they should have a couple more things. Like when you go to like a real Mexican restaurant, there's like tons of ingredients.
Yeah, what is this Taco Bell?
I know. But they are, good items to put together. It would be interesting to try the chicken. I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
This is one of those rare times where I can't believe my score is going to definitely outdo yours. I was pleasantly surprised when I bit into it because I was worried about sour cream. I was worried about uncooked cheese. I was worried about some nasty sauce. I was just like, this is basic cheese, really grilled up flour shell. And then I don't think the steak's that bad.
No, it was.
I thought the steak was
I
actually.
didn't talk about the steak enough.
The steak was.
It kind
well, your time is over.
Okay, well, it kind of gave Steakums vibes.
Like what vibes?
Steakums, like the little
What's that?
it's like microwave steak.
Never had microwave steak.
Okay, you know how you can microwave bacon, and it comes in like kind of like little pouches and stuff.
I didn't know you could do that with steak.
Yep, you can get it make your own steak sandwich in 20 seconds.
I was thinking back to Meet the Parents, where he's like, "You can. I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?"
Why?
It's just like you can put anything in the microwave.
The steak actually was not. I had no gross pieces.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad.
I don't know if it was marinated, but I think they might actually be steakums.
5?
Anyway, continue.
So to me, I was pleasantly surprised with what I bit into, that it was just steak, cheese, and just grilled and fired up on that Taco Bell
Griddle.
With that, the sauce, I'm with you on the sauce. It was a little too heavy on the creamy side, not enough flavor. But
Yes, you nailed it. That's correct.
I left here being like, this might be one of my more favorite Taco Bell items I've ever had. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't love it because I'm not a Taco Bell.
Because you're a stubborn piece of shit, but that's all right.
Okay, we got that on video. Had my wife call me a stubborn piece of shit.
Well, they don't live with you. So.
Fair. Well, I'll get out put my dick on the scale later and see how stubborn I am. I'll give it a 6.
Okay, that's like half a degree
higher.
I
was
thought you were gonna give it like a 9.
Well, I was anticipating going with like a 2.
Oh, okay.
So to me, a 6 was pretty good. I liked it.
I think my baseline on Taco Bell is like 4.
I'll give it a 6. I liked it.
All right.
More. All right, we have 2 segments to finish this off. One is a new idea, and it is the weird food thing you did of the week, and then the best thing you ever ate. Now, I got to be honest, we're watching this. We're watching this on video, and I've been feeling a little self-conscious. I put on a couple pounds.
Did you?
Yeah. Can you tell?
No.
I can tell in this camera.
Well,
and it is driving me insane.
You had to wear a giant sweatshirt like me.
I know that would have been the better move. So weird food thing you did this week.
Yes, it could be anything.
Mine was Friday night. No,
I don't even know.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
It was Saturday night. Everybody went to bed. And I went into bed. And I brought food with me in bed and watched TV.
What did you bring?
I got a homemade sugar cookie that the kids made.
I thought there was a couple missing. Okay.
Half a sugar cookie heart that your mom sent.
It was Valentine's weekend.
And an ice cream cone.
Oh, that's cute. It's actually very cute. You went to bed last night with a bowl of popcorn.
And last night I did a bowl of popcorn. I texted with Leon. I was like, oh, I'm so happy right now. I'm just laying in bed with a bowl of popcorn. He's like, bold choice.
Yeah, because he's seen you eat popcorn, which is, we call it the popcorn massacre when every time Mike eats.
What was yours, Jess?
Nothing terrible, actually. I think I just ate too many little mini bundt cakes yesterday. Nothing bundt cakes for Lucy's birthday. We kind of had a little bit of a unpredictable 2-year-old birthday party.
Yeah.
A lot of people sick, a lot of bad weather.
Yeah.
Like mostly people being sick and bad weather, so people couldn't come to our parties. We had a very, very minor party, and we had some of those. They're not the buntlets. They're buntinis, I think, where they're like tiny little actual bundt cakes. They have like really small ones that are like mini cupcakes. And I cut them up into quarters, and I just had a lot of quarters. And honestly, it felt great. Like, no remorse. Probably just had too many, but like...
Yeah. No remorse. It's good.
I have no remorse. They're delicious. I enjoyed every minute of them.
Nice.
I have 2 in the freezer that I'm going to have little hacks out of every day to spread the love. So I think that was my only weird thing this week.
Best thing you ate this week?
The best thing I ate this week. And I came up with something, and now I feel like it felt... Oh, I know what it is. I know it. I had to go into New York City for work on Tuesday. And it was a different area of town, like Soho, Chelsea area. Not a typical place people have like a science lab, but alas, there was a science lab there. So I had to take a different way to get there. So I took a ferry to Wall Street, then I walked a lot. And it was 20 degrees maybe, like not with the wind chill. Took a subway, went to this thing, trained these people for like many hours. And I was like, I can catch a 1:30 ferry if I freaking run. Or I can catch a 3:30. Like that was there's no other options home because it's the middle of the day and who goes home then? So I was right next to our favorite restaurant, Essen, Slow Food Fast. And I got salmon, avocado sushi, and a giant rainbow cookie, my favorite. And here's the thing.
How was the rainbow cookie?
I sprinted with this thing onto the subway, walked 2/3 of a mile, got on that, walked so fast on the edge of Battery Park. So it is like 20 degrees, wind is in my hair, I am freezing. And I got on that ferry and I thought, Mike thinks it's gross if you eat on public transportation, but I don't care. It's 2:00 and I'm starving. And I'm so cold. And I sat on the back of that ferry. There might have been 20 people on it.
I'm so glad you said that because I didn't tell this story. But when I was going back from Memphis.
Wait, I didn't finish my story.
You're right. Finish your story.
And that sushi hit so fucking hard. It was so great. I forgot how great their sushi was. This is like, it's not groceries. I don't guess it's groceries or sushi you can eat there. But it was so good. The rainbow cookie was fine. Didn't matter. Would have eaten a dog turd at that point. Was starving. And it was just the last time I'd eaten on public transportation, especially like with COVID, was when I was pregnant with Ryan, and it was December 2019, and I ate a bagel on the subway, and you were horrified.
Not a fan of it.
So anyway,
Just keeping it real.
It's come back that I've eaten in public transportation.
My trip back from Memphis, it was 2 flights because it was not direct. The first person was large and overflowed into my seat. The second person, I don't know where this food came from, but they had a quart.
Oh no.
And it had in there a little bit of
You say
fucking
egg
everything.
salad.
It wasn't egg salad, but it was like cucumbers, rice. It was something Asian. I don't know exactly what it was, but I was like, what I couldn't understand is they get on the plane and then they open it up and start eating. And I'm like, what have you been doing for the last 2.5 hours that you thought now is the time to eat the food?
I mean, maybe
like that, I don't get.
I don't either.
Maybe if it was like an hour and a half into the flight and then you got hungry, but you get on the plane, sit, and then eat. Wouldn't you want to do it the 30 minutes you're outside of that tube? I don't get that.
No, I understand it from a budget perspective because it is so expensive to buy.
Yeah, but then eat in the airport.
I think there should be a rule.
I agree.
No. This is my rule. You have to buy it in the airport. I don't think you can bring it. It can be stinky if you buy it in the airport, but it's never going to be as stinky as Tupperware from home.
Oh.
No.
How'd they get that through TSA?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if there's no liquids in it.
I don't know. I was just like, oh god.
No, but when I say there was no one around me, no one takes a 1:30 like
and you're,
ferry
it's
home.
like it's like they're in the middle seat, I'm in the next end, like, and you're just. It was so.
I
gross.
probably
it was
had.
So gross.
There was probably like 25 to 30 seats in my area, and I was the only person. So I was really, and it was like, I don't know, sushi doesn't really have a smell or anything.
Best thing I ate this week was your steak.
Oh, thanks.
Love eating your meat.
I love eating your meat.
Yeah. All right. So this has been the Marriage Bites podcast, episode number 266. Put this thing on video. Again, when I lean forward, I look like a giant. Thank you. Come back, check it out. We're gonna keep putting these things on video. And Jess,
Is that our new thing?
I mean, I thought blood play was gonna be it, but I guess not. All right, talk to you.
Cleveland Steamers.
Oh, bye.